32 PSVR titles are set to release this 2018 and beyond. Let's check them out right now. The Inpatient. Supermassive Games' latest psychological horror brings us a tall order of traumatizing scares. Step into the shoes and mind of a troubled amnesiac and find your way around the haunted walls of the Blackwood Sanatorium. Help him recall the details of his own life and weigh out your decisions against the studio's signature branching choices. Set to release on January 23rd. Moss. In this PlayStation VR exclusive, play as a courageous young mouse embarking on an epic quest to save the world after a dangerous magical awakening. Travel around fantastic locations and admire the wonders of its interactive and dynamic world. Packed with magic and mystery, it's set to release on February 28th. Bravo Team. Another upcoming PSVR title from Supermassive Games. This cover-based shooter is one of two titles that were delayed from their 2017 release. Essentially an on-rail shooter, move forward through a fictional European city and use your skills to escape the horde of enemy forces. Boasting a two-player co-op, teamwork is essential. It's set to release on March 6th. Golem. 2 years after it was first announced, indie developer's ambitious first title finally has a release date. A narrative-driven action game. Take control of its injured protagonist as she uses her magical abilities to explore the endless city. With natural movements governed by innovative incline control, exploration is as effortless as ever. It's set to release on March 13th. Legion Commander. A PlayStation VR exclusive, this real-time strategy game takes you to a medieval fantasy world where you play as a commander amassing his growing army. Choose among its 9 leaders and 38 unique units. Use your VR gear to maneuver around the battlefield while you crush your enemies with over 50 magical abilities. Coming this April. Gunship Battle 2 VR. Take a seat in the cockpits of one of the most advanced gunships and bask in the high-stakes world of crime and warfare. It's a full-fledged narrative action game, with each episode packed with the exciting drama behind the life of an ace pilot. Save the world and avenge your family once it releases this May 2018. Lantern. Become the guiding wind to a lowly lantern in this atmospheric indie adventure. Light the way of love as you pass through each village, painting the monochrome landscapes with a spark of color. Reverse the sadness of the princess and bring happiness and love to the whole kingdom. A relaxing VR title, it's set to release this June. OVERKILL's The Walking Dead. One of the most anticipated VR games. From the creators of Payday, put your zombie survival fantasies to the test. Based on the critically acclaimed comic from Robert Kirkman, players will be left to survive in a doomed Washington, D.C. Its co-op mode offers a team-based survival experience similar to the show. Coming this fall. Gungrave VR. A cinematic action shooting game from the PlayStation 2 days. Gungrave returns with this VR-optimized version, immersing you into a world that's beyond overdose. Destroy objects with your infinite ammo and wreak havoc around the world with this dynamic shooting. Reviving the classic shooting game, it's set to release this first quarter. Shape of the World. One of the most hypnotic and beautiful walking simulators yet. Watch an ethereal unfold with each careful step. It lets you experience the joys of getting lost, growing on and about and with you as you progress through its stunning environments. Meshing simplicity and grandeur, it's set to release this first quarter. Pixel Rip 1989. This retro VR game is a literal trip through time. Playing as the gaming addict Nicola, take on battles through the ages as she herself plays her favorite arcade game for a noble cause. It's a dimension-hopping adventure that's oozing with Easter eggs, throwbacks, and feel-good nostalgia. Set to release the second quarter. Anamorphine. As surreal as Anamorphine's world is, it no doubt brings real issues to the forefront. Tackling themes of mental health, depression, and loss in its story-rich settings, play as the young Tyler in an emotional battle with his wife's death. Take a tour through the dark, dreamlike recesses of his mind and help him journey towards moving on. It's set to release this winter. Reborn, a Samurai Awakens. It's time to awaken your inner samurai in this frenetic action game from Geronimo Interactive. Taking in a far-off future, this VR game tells of an improbable war packed with reanimated samurais, cyborg ninjas, and alien invaders. Raise your laser katanas in this epic mix of old and new. Set to release sometime in 2018. Eclipse. Taking advantage of VR's immersive capabilities, this exploration game delivers you to an alien planet that's ripe for exploration. Discover the secrets of its past and unlock a wondrous and enigmatic story. Collect fragments around its dark recesses and find a way to escape. Set to release sometime in 2018. The Walker. One of PSVR's most promising upcoming titles. Haymaker's fantasy combat title shows their knack for impressive realism. Playing as a scion of an ancient village, you'll have a slate of spells and weapons at your disposal. Kill off demons with satisfying melee combat and fend off their looming invasion. It's set to release in 2018. One Piece Grand Cruise. Dive into the world of piracy in this VR adaptation of Bandai Namco's popular anime. Settle into the Straw Hat crew and explore the vast oceans along with the famous One Piece characters. A one-day voyage around its VR-exclusive Thousand Sunny Adventures will await you, blasting cannons and getting closer with the gang. Coming west sometime in 2018. The American Dream. A satirical take on the United States gun-toting ways, step into a Bioshock-esque 1950s America where racial discrimination is once again the norm. In this game, guns are your best friend. Use them for any activity in the sun, whether it's eating, driving cars, or building things. A virtual oddity that's nonetheless entertaining, it's set to release in 2018. Alvo. A VR game for Counter-Strike fans, Alvo has all you need in tactical combat action in the world of virtual reality. Shoot it out in 3 different but deeply familiar game modes. Find and defuse bombs in Search and Destroy, capture points in Domination, or go all out in the brutal deathmatches of the free-for-all. It's set to release in 2018. Visage. For an up-and-coming genre, horror has become one of the hallmarks of VR, and Visage is looking to follow up on what Resident Evil began. Starting off with a successful Kickstarter campaign, it aims to deliver on its promises with randomized surprises and heart-thumping tension. It's set to release in 2018. Ace Combat 7: Skies Unknown. Bandai Namco's Unreal Engine-powered flight simulator is coming to the VR. Pilot their beautiful collection of airplanes and take to the skies to aid in the brewing war. A sequel to Fire of Liberation, use your pilot skills to bring down the monarchs and keep them from ruling the entire world. With PSVR exclusive missions, it's set to release sometime in 2018. Rick and Morty Virtual Reality. Rick and Morty's venture into the virtual multiverse. Become one expendable clone Morty and help Rick out with the most mundane of tasks. It's filled with all the humor we've all come to love, with portals, plumbuses, and more. Originally released on the PC, it's set to release on the PSVR in 2018. Hellgate VR. First announced way back in 2015, the years in development have hopefully formed this first-person shooter into the brilliant title that Handbitsoft envisioned it to be. A prequel to Hellgate London, your task is to protect the young Templar, Jessica Summerisle. A stunning revival of the Hellgate franchise, it's coming in 2018. Sprint Vector. A fast-paced, colorful racing game is heading to the VR. Become the star in the most popular show in the galaxy and enter a world that's beaming with bright lights and vivid personalities. Take on the sprinting challenge and dart past each of your spunky rivals in the game's collection of frenetic tracks. It's set to release in 2018. Starchild. An elevation of both platformers and VR, Starchild is a cinematic adventure that lets you control a girl named Spectra as she goes on a mission on an alien planet. It's a side-scrolling platformer with a compelling story and elegantly presented using eye-popping visuals. Witness the growth of her powers once it releases in 2018. The Persistence. Another tense title, this time set in the isolating corridors of a massive spaceship. Unlike the short playtimes of most VR games, Persistence boasts a high replayability that owes to its roguelike nature. Choose from their arsenal of weapons and defend the last remaining humans from the mutated flock. It's set to release in 2018. Deemo Reborn. Known for their exquisite rhythm games, Rayark is expanding their horizons with this PS4 release. Exploring the narrative of their Dark Deemo series, take in the harmonic yet morose melodies of the mysterious titular character. Stepping into the realm of 3D, it'll be the first time for the studio, and it's setting high hopes for the title. Coming sometime in 2019. Kill X. One of the first of its kind, this horror shooter offers next-level immersion, not only with impressive design graphics, but also with its relatively new, full navigational controls. Described as Brookhaven experiment with guns, pack your own firearm and protect yourself from the creepy creatures that lurk. No release date yet. Classroom Aquatic. Play as the new fish or mammal in the vast oceans of diving school in this adorable simulation game. Not your ordinary classroom. Other than being populated by dolphins, it's not exactly the model for education, as it lets you cheat, sabotage, and manipulate your way to the top of the class. Can you survive? No release date yet. World of Diving. Another splash into the virtual oceans, World of Diving takes you on a tour around uncharted waters, showing you mysteries yet unseen and making you feel infinitely small in the process. It's an exhilarating multiplayer experience. Dive into murky waters and discover the treasures hidden below. No release date yet. Ariel. For the thrill seekers comes an intense survival shooter that pits you against the elements and its alien inhabitants. Moderate your hunger and your mental health as you travel through procedural worlds and unravel the story of Ferdinand Ludek. No release date yet. Allison Road. Memories are a hard thing to lose, and that's something you learn the hard way in this survival horror. Spend 5 nights within the walls of a British townhouse and become torn in a struggle to recollect your forgotten past while fending off the dark entities that roam within. No release date yet. The Works of Mercy. Inspired by classic cinematic horror, this thriller from Pentacle draws on psychology to deliver the face of true terror. Powered by the Unreal Engine 4, its hyper-realistic environments blurs the line between reality and fiction, putting you in locations that are both spine-tinglingly familiar and shockingly grotesque. No release date yet. You may get these games right now by clicking the links below.